Hello, everyone. Welcome to another enlightening episode of our podcast, Beyond Boundaries with Swati Sharrma. I'm your host, and today we are tackling a topic that resonates, I think, with everyone. And that topic is kind of very close to my heart also. It's like how to excel in your career while nurturing fulfilling personal relationships. And I believe balancing these two aspects of life can be challenging, but it's crucial for long term happiness and success. So, today we will be uncovering practical strategies and insights to help you achieve that balance. Isn't it a very important topic, right? I know, it's a very special one. And because it's a special topic, it needs a very special person to share her insights. And that special person we have today is Deepika. She is having 7 years of counseling and coaching experience, and Deepika has dedicated herself to empowering professionals to thrive both personally and professionally. She is a certified career analyst, happiness, mindfulness, and life coach. Currently, she is making waves that tap my back, where she focuses on enhancing employee engagement and supporting personal growth. Deepika's passion lies in helping individuals find harmony between their work and personal lives, and she is here today to share her wisdom with us. So, with this, let me welcome the beautiful person, Deepika. Hi, Deepika.
Hey Swati, thank you so much for having me here. It's my pleasure to be here on this platform with you. I can already feel the positive vibes around.
Wow. Thank you so much, Deepika. So, Deepika, let's start this special podcast and let's deep dive into the insights. And could you start by sharing a bit about your professional journey? What led you to specialize in career and executive coaching?
Definitely. So I am an engineer by education. I did my computer science engineering and I was into IT, into development for 7 long years. And even though I was working, I was earning good money, everything was there, but there was something that was still missing.
Hmm.
There was that constant find where, I felt there was something that was missing. There was no satisfaction at the end of the day, even though I was performing really well.
Yeah.
After I had my first child, somehow I made a shift. I took a big leap, a leap of faith. I changed my profession. I left my high paying job and I switched over to teaching.
Hmm.
That is when, maybe the universe started giving me calls.
Wow.
I was teaching for grade 11 and 12 students, computer science, and with my interaction, I always, first of all, I would always get complaints from my principal.
Oh,
Please don't be a friend, just be friendly with students.
okay. Yeah, got it.
I would always have that good connect with students. It was not just like a teacher, I was more like a well wisher to them. I
Okay.
was all ears whenever they had any concerns. They had a good comfort zone with me and they would just come over to my
Hmm.
lab, sit there, start sharing their problems. That was
Okay.
how our relationship was.
Wow.
you know
Great.
um, so while interacting, that is when I started realizing,
Hmm.
helping them and answering their concerns, addressing their concerns kind of gave me a lot of satisfaction.
Hmm.
And that is when, as I said, stars started falling and the things just happened. I didn't search for it, but career counseling certification happened. They
Hmm.
contacted me.
Okay.
Edu Milestones contacted me, and that's where my journey started. So
Hmm.
it was career counseling 7 years ago, and I didn't stop with that one certification. I did
Okay.
another certification, global career counselor. Then it was happiness and mindfulness programs and workplace happiness programs from Happitude,
Wow.
and the life coach certificate from ILA. Yeah, that is how it has been in my professional journey. So first day it can be, I had my own career counseling done, and now I can 100% say I am so satisfied with what I'm doing. Even if I'm like, trying to help one or two individuals on a daily basis, the smile on their faces is so satisfying. Even though it is physically tiring to just sit there, manage both my coaching and also my full-time job. But end of the day, I'm so very satisfied.
Wow. So I can say kind of an inner calling, and because you said universe was giving signals, so I think yeah, it was kind of universe and your inner calling which aligned you. And I think yeah, it's a beautiful journey which you started. Awesome. So Deepika, it's a kind of inspiring journey what I've heard from you. So you have also expanded your expertise into happiness and mindfulness coaching. So what inspired you to integrate these areas into your career coaching practice? Because normally we see it's a different kind of field, but how did you thought that okay, with career coaching I can also help people with happiness and mindfulness?
Right. So let me take one at a time. So when we speak of
Yeah.
mindfulness, so
Mm.
mindfulness, many people have this myth where they sit in a place, they close their eyes, they start meditating. It is where they're kind of feeling mindful, but it
Hmm.
is not.
Hmm.
Mindfulness is just not just meditation, but as a whole, it is you being present in the moment.
Okay.
So I am here in this moment. I'm talking to you,
Yeah.
but if I have thousand thoughts running in my mind, like
Hmm.
for example, oh, when will the session end? When will
Yeah.
I get back to my work? What will I be doing after this? So if I keep, acknowledging all the other thoughts which I keep getting in my mind, I'm not mindful at all. I am
Hmm.
mindful, FULL,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So
Mindful.
when we are constantly juggling between the thoughts and we are not focused. So
Hmm.
when you're not focused, your goals are not clear. There is
Yeah.
absolutely no clarity,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
even in the present, even though I'm in a full time job, I'm doing a lot of things. When I'm not focused, when I'm not present at all in the moment, first
Hmm.
of all, I would not enjoy what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
second, I absolutely have no end goal at all. Where am I going? What is this path leading me to?
And normally, I think
So,
people don't
end of
have
the day,
clarity also that what is my goal.
yes. And end of the day, they just say, okay, I am lost, I'm frustrated,
Yeah.
I am
Correct.
angry.
Correct.
Every other emotion is just termed as anger or frustration, but
Hmm.
internally, what exactly happens is the inner struggle that we all go through.
Wow. Okay. And then how you help people? So you ask them that okay, what is the challenge they are facing, or like you have some questionnaires on which you understand. So how do you interact with your clients?
So when the coaching process itself is a lot of questions where
Okay.
I don't. Initially, it was counseling. As I said, I started with career counseling,
Hmm.
where we would do personality assessment,
Okay.
and that is where the session started. And through the assessment, I would give my recommendations. Then we would discuss on the shortlisted options. So that was how the initial career counseling used to happen. But after I underwent the life coaching
Hmm.
training, I
Hmm.
started putting things together.
Okay.
Now it is all career coaching where
Hmm.
I don't give recommendations
Oh.
myself
Okay.
until and unless it is absolutely necessary. I help discover their answers themselves. So
Okay.
I give a
So
lot of importance
client
to
will tell you
self-love.
the answers and then basis on that you discover what is the problem. That's what you meant to say?
No. So when we say coaching, it is, through our questions, we help them discover themselves,
Okay. Okay.
basically.
Wow, great.
So when a person comes to you as a client, when they say
Hmm.
a problem, they tell about a problem to you, right? Usually they will have their own answers, just
Okay.
that they wouldn't have acknowledged to the problem's answers or the solutions, basically.
Okay.
Through the coaching process, through my questions, they will realize, oh, this is what I was supposed to do. This
Hmm.
is what I should have done. Oh, this is
Hmm.
the mistake I'm doing.
Okay.
So that realization is something that I help them with through questions and a lot of techniques that I follow in the coaching process. That is how it's done.
Okay. Wow. Great. Great. I believe discovering yourself is I think bulb on moment for a lot of people, right? Because sometimes we don't know we really don't know what talents we are hiding or we possess, and until as some coach or experienced person helps us to untap that thing, and I believe it will be a mind blowing for a lot of people. So Deepika, in your experience, what are the biggest challenges professionals face when trying to maintain the balance? Because I believe you interact with a lot of professionals, so what is the like kind of biggest challenges they face?
So one is the mindset. They have a very negative mindset when they come.
Minds. Okay.
They absolutely have no confidence or trust in the process.
Oh, okay.
So the term that I get to hear quite often is I feel lost.
I feel lost. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
So through the questions, what I have realized, I mean, this is the majority, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
With a lot of clients that I face, they have no trust. As I said, self doubts, a
Okay.
lot of questions
Hmm.
about their own confidence, about their knowledge. So every time they are just focusing on the weaknesses, their weaknesses, but not
Oh,
on their strengths.
okay.
So through this process, what happens is they are unable to focus on their work,
Hmm.
and without any focus they are kind of losing interest. They are either losing interest or they kind of feel trapped in the job. They are not enjoying what they are doing, so due to which it obviously gets carried away with their personal life, their relationships as well. So the relationship at home also is not healthy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And when they identify it, then do they believe, or it takes again time to believe it, because we are like, I can't possess that, or I don't have it. So how you handle such situations?
So to people, right, beat me, beat you, beat anybody for that matter,
Hmm.
if I, in the first discussion itself, the first time I meet, if I tell you you're doing this is wrong,
Yeah.
nobody will believe. But if they themselves tell, okay, this is what I've been doing, that is when
Hmm.
they realize that, this has been happening till now and I have to change. So I do a lot of techniques. Through these techniques, they
Hmm.
start realizing what is exactly happening,
Okay.
right? It could be the blurred boundaries that they have set.
Okay.
Now with the technology, they have their email, they have their conversations, everything happening even on phone.
Hmm.
They have their office, like MS Teams and the other channels that they use to communicate. They have that on your phone as well,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? So it is just getting extended.
Okay.
So it is not like, okay, 7 o'clock, I end up my office work, I start spending time with my family. No, they are again there with your phones there, even when they are, interacting with
Yeah.
family members. They are physically present, but mentally they are not
Mentally not. Yeah. They're still communicating with the office things. Yeah. Hmm.
communicating. Yes. So this imbalance is creating a lot of frustration and
Hmm.
emotional struggles. They are
Hmm.
unable to control what's happening within them.
Hmm. And Deepika, you mentioned that you use strategies and some practices, techniques. So can you please share with our audience what kind of practices or techniques you use?
Yeah, so I do a lot of visualization techniques,
Okay.
and also meditation, and other techniques where it helps in time management, tracking how they are, spending the entire day. I mean, people just come and tell me, absolutely have no time for family. I have no
Hmm.
time to exercise. I have no
Hmm.
time to, go out, take my family out, or I have no time to take care of myself,
Yeah.
right? So time management is something which is taken a seat now, a back
Hmm.
seat these days. So this is something that I focus on, and we do a lot of SWOT analysis, and then I
Okay.
help them enhance and work on their strengths and identify what their weaknesses are and how these weaknesses can be converted into opportunities, basically.
Wow.
Right? I also, if it is a pure career coaching, I also help them rebrand themselves on LinkedIn and the
Hmm.
other channels where they can start showcasing their work,
Hmm.
and how best they can use platforms to network, reach out to people, look for
Hmm.
the other job opportunities. First of all, identify where they are good at,
Okay.
which
What is
again is a
okay?
major problem. What is it that they are good at?
Uh,
I might have, my skills could be towards engineering, okay,
okay.
but my interest and passion is not there at all.
Okay. So how my
So
passion
interest,
align? Hmm.
passion, yes, and the skills. So how these three are aligned and what is the best fit out of these three. So this is one exercise which has helped big time to
Okay.
professionals and also to students, where they are kind of able to correlate all the three and come up with, that particular job role which is kind of more suitable to their passion, career, and also.
So Deepika, in one session they get to know what is the passion, or it takes time? I'm just a little bit curious. That is it like in one session I will get to know that what is that thing which makes me, and what is your why, what is your passion? So is it like in one session we get it?
No. So if it is just simple career counseling, it happens in
Okay.
4 sessions minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, my coaching sessions are for 2 months. So
Ah,
every week I take 2 sessions. So it goes on
okay.
for 2 months, like 16
Hmm.
sessions on a whole. So at
Hmm.
the end of 16 sessions, they kind of have a good clarity. Okay, this is where I actually wanted help. This is where, I wanted to improve. So that is the realization they definitely get at the end of 16 sessions.
Wow, wow, great. Great insights, Deepika. So, as professionals advance in their careers, how they can ensure that their relationships do not suffer as they, climb the corporate ladder or pursue ambitious goals. So, anything which help them?
Definitely. So especially, it is just a general
Yeah,
notice that I have at least seen, right? Post COVID, especially with all the work from home culture that has come up, people somehow are kind of feeling anxious.
yeah.
It is where they want to prove themselves that they are a best fit. It is the
Hmm.
survival of fittest that's happening with all the economical imbalance that is being there
Hmm.
globally, right? So there is a lot of uncertainty in people's minds, especially professionals who
Hmm.
want to grow up, progress in their profession, right? So what people are doing, all my clients, this is like this common problem between all my clients. They just want to extend their work hours to
Okay.
prove themselves.
Hmm.
So in the struggle, what happens? There is absolutely no time given to the family. And even if they give,
Hmm.
I ask them, okay, so how much did you talk to your spouse? Maybe
Ah,
10 minutes is what they say. 10 minutes or 15 minutes, hardly.
in the
And
whole
when I ask
day.
them how much time, whole day.
Wow.
And how much time did you spend with your kid? Maybe half an hour. Okay, so is that half an hour with phone or without phone? Then they'll start laughing. The
Oh,
laugh itself gives the answer that it
give the
was with the
answer.
gadget.
Yeah.
So it so happened, I told my client, please put a wallpaper on your phone. So
Hmm.
whenever you unlock, your wallpaper should say, put me down.
Put me.
That means
Oh,
put your
wow.
phone down.
I believe that's a good idea. Whoever is watching, please, you can also keep that wallpaper on mobile. Put me down, right?
Oh, put
Wow.
me down. So I sent him the wallpaper. I asked him to put that as his home screen or also lock screen wallpaper. So whenever he sees it, he has to put the phone down. He did very. I really appreciate his frankness. He came and told me, Deepika, I tried for 2 days.
Okay.
Whenever I unlocked, when it said put me down, I did put the phone down. But after 2 days, it was very difficult. I had to take the phone back.
Yeah.
So this is what is happening. There is no active listening at all.
Yeah.
There is no good, healthy family time. Even though you're spending time, you feel you're fulfilling all the responsibilities as a mother. This is not just for the father, also a mother. You're fulfilling all the responsibilities, but you're not spending any quality time, be it with your spouse or your children. There is no point,
Yeah.
right? So when you're not satisfied with your personal life, how much ever you achieve in your professional life, there
Yes.
is still something that is missing big time.
Yeah. Very, very rightly said. And Deepika, a lot of time people believe that a quality time is like just going a walk with your spouse, even for 5 minutes. But what exactly quality time in a marriage is? Can you explain that? What exactly this quality time means? Like it's just walk in a day, or is it something more?
Definitely. So let me give an example of my
Yeah.
client, very recent client that I had. So she coincidentally had a love marriage,
Okay.
and she was into marriage for 7 years.
Okay.
And now she was seeking divorce.
Oh.
So through our conversations, then I asked her what was the problem, what exactly is
Hmm.
happening. There was he was great. He was great as as a man. He was
Hmm.
financially independent. Everything. I mean, he had everything. He had a house in Mumbai, a well settled job. He
Okay.
knew his responsibilities. He had good savings. He had his parents living with him. Everything
Hmm.
was there.
Hmm.
But what is it that was missing is the connect between the two. There is
Oh.
no emotional connect at all. So when she comes back home after a hectic day at work, he's not just there sitting next to her and asking her how your day went.
Hmm.
Just one question, how
One
was your
question.
day?
Yeah.
right? That would have solved a lot of problems. Today she wouldn't have thought of divorce, maybe, right?
Hmm.
She kind of felt so lonely in her own house, even though she had her full time job. She had to come back home. She had to cook, right? So even though when you're kind of physically drained, it is okay. You get somebody
Okay.
to talk to at home. You feel that connect. You forget all your pain. You will
Hmm.
start smiling,
Agree.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there is no emotional connect at all. You just go for a walk. As I said, you're walking and you're not talking. What is the point?
Yeah.
When I don't have the confidence and trust that I can share anything and everything with you without any judgment
Yeah.
as a spouse. So that is something that is needed. Be it a husband, be it wife, be it children. That non-judgmental safe space, a went out space where I can come back to you and tell you whatever is happening within me,
Yeah.
my emotional struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very rightly you said, and I think people should understand this thing that marriage is a very important part of life, and if it is not given a kind of a focus it requires or attention it requires, your career, your health or other things will also get impacted. Because as you said that only 10 minutes giving to spouse in a day or 5 minutes with a kid, that too with a gadget, yeah, we really need to think about it. It's not the right way to live a life, I would say, for a successful marriage, right? So, also, Deepika, do you feel that people open up very easily? They come and easily say this is the problem? No, right? I don't think so. People come for marriage counseling kind of thing. Rather, they come for a career and then we identify that this is the root cause. Is this the way, Deepika?
I am passionate and I strongly believe in transformational coaching.
Okay.
So when I say transformational coaching, it is also called deep coaching, where
Oh,
it is
sorry?
not just, it is also called deep coaching.
Deep coaching. Okay.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where it is, when we speak of transactional coaching, it is where you're just highlighting on, I come to you, I tell, okay, see, I have a headache.
Hmm.
My headache could be for various reasons.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I give you meditation for headache, but headache doesn't go because my problem is something
Hmm.
else,
Yeah.
right? So the process should be such that where we identify what the root cause is from there and how the headache actually started, right? So that is how the process is. So, very recently again, he just wanted career coaching from me. And while we started talking, he was a mechanical engineer and
Okay.
he said, I'm so good at my work, but I'm not enjoying my work. So
Ah.
I asked him, why are you not enjoying your work?
Yeah.
And after 3 sessions, I kind of got a little clarity that okay, money was one thing that he was looking for because
Hmm.
according to him, mechanical engineers don't earn as much as the software engineers.
Okay.
A lot of his friends all transitioned to software and they were all at a very good position, and he
Hmm.
kind of had that insecurity in his mind.
Hmm.
But again, after 5 sessions, we realized together when we did, as I said, the career skills, all of that discussion, a lot of questions, deep dive into that. That is when we realized his passion was totally into traveling. He wanted to have his own company, a venture, where
Wow.
he could take group of people to trekking to places which is kind of not identified or people don't visit much. He wanted to, organize group treks and take people there. So from mechanical engineering to that, so
That, yeah.
he is like, oh my God, thank you so much for the clarity that you've given. I can go back and start working on my venture now.
That's very
Yeah.
encouraging to hear, Deepika. So, finally, how can practicing mindfulness lead to better decision making and overall career success?
Mindfulness, again, as I said, being present,
Hmm.
be it interacting with people. Okay, I
Yeah.
go into a meeting. I
Hmm.
am not paying attention to what's happening in the meeting.
Hmm.
Maybe it is a status meeting. Okay, I give my status, I keep quiet, I start scrolling, or maybe I start drawing some doodles on the paper because the other discussion is not relevant to me at all. If I feel that, and I'm lost. I'm
Yeah.
not mindful at that point of time, right? So people definitely would notice. Your manager, your higher ups would definitely notice, and they will know that okay, he's not interested, he or she is not
Okay.
interested. So
Hmm.
all that they are interested is, they have to give their updates and it is over. But when
Hmm.
you are active listening, when you're being present fully there, even the other interactions could be a good opportunity for you to speak up,
Hmm.
to share your additional knowledge, to take new, responsibilities, so that you're showing up that, okay, I can do this, I am capable.
Yeah. Wow.
And
And
similarly, being present at home again.
yeah, yeah.
So being present at home again, as I said, it could open up to a lot of different new conversations. You're being present with kids fully, and you're trying to, when the kid comes back and says, okay, I'm tired, I don't want to do homework.
Okay. Okay.
You just hold at the moment, at the heat of the moment, and you close it. You never know what's happening in the kid's mind, right? Maybe kid actually didn't want to do the homework because teacher scolded, or
Hmm.
maybe something happened in the school, so he or she didn't have interest to do the homework today, right? So when you sit there, when you're mindful at that moment, when you sit there, when you start conversing, that is when you'll be able
Hmm.
to realize what the situation is. And similarly, with respect to our career choices,
Yeah.
when we are mindful, we will understand where our strengths are and how best we can align these strengths into opportunities and start working towards our both short term and the long term goals.
Okay. And you get majorly men kind of clients or women who majorly comes to you? Both.
So with women, what is happening is women want help, but they are hesitant.
Ah.
They kind of have these trust issues. They will say,
Yeah.
I'll come back later. Let
Okay.
me see, I think I'm not ready yet. So this is the kind of answers that I get. I still have to understand how I can convince them. But yeah,
Hmm.
I don't want to like go back and force them whenever they are ready. Yes, I am ready from my end with 100% commitment. But this is the hesitance that they usually have. With men, also it is there, especially in India, people are not open for coaching yet.
Oh, okay.
We have a slightest, we are under the weather, we're not feeling well, we don't
Ah.
hesitate to go to the doctor, but you're kind of feeling restless, you have a thousand thoughts running in your mind, and having that good conversation with a mentor or a coach is something people are still hesitant and they don't want to take it up.
Hmm. Yeah. Any thought about why it's the hesitance is there, Deepika? Because it's not only you. I have heard from a lot of people that people are not ready to open up. They feel shy, or like you will say that they feel maybe people will judge. Fear of judgment kind of thing. So, what is your opinion on this?
So the first and the foremost is log kya kahenge, right? What will
Yeah.
people think?
Yeah.
If somebody else knows about this, what will people think?
Yeah.
Why am I getting pushed? What if they think I am not doing well? What if they think something is happening to me? That is the
Hmm.
reason why I'm being coached. I'm going to a mentor or a coach to get coached, right? So this is the first, shift in the mindset that has to happen with people. I mean, there were a multiple people. I genuinely wanted to help them. When they started telling about their concerns and their issues during the initial discovery call that I had with them, there were a lot of questions and frustrations in their mind, and they themselves told me, I am unable to share this with anyone, be it my wife, my husband, or even at my workplace.
Hmm.
This is especially the professionals who are above, like team leaders, managers, or above, right? It is not like, okay, they are the CEOs, I still haven't gone there. The senior managers and the managers, this is where I'm talking about. So these people kind of had that hesitance in their mind.
Hmm.
So it was all fine and okay. They understood the entire process. They were fine with it and all that. They said, okay, let's have the next discussion maybe after 2 days. We fixed it. Everything was done. Then when I messaged, they are absconding. This is
Hmm.
what happens.
Okay. Great, great insights, Deepika. Thank you so much for sharing. So now let's switch things with a quick rapid fire round. So I will ask you a series of fun and fast questions, and you have to answer with the first thing comes into your mind. So you are ready for it, Deepika?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do it. So the first question is, what's your go-to method for unwinding after a long day?
Playing with kids.
Wow. So what game do you play with your kids?
Football mostly.
Oh,
Because both
wow.
my kids love football. So we play football at home. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And majorly who wins? Mommy or the kids?
So there is no win-win. I mean, it is okay. They win. I don't care about it, but we all enjoy. Three
Yeah.
of us enjoy playing together, basically. Yeah.
And I think that's a quality time we want to have it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So another question is, are you a morning person or a night person?
A morning person.
Morning person. Wow, great. And one book that has influenced your coaching approach?
Shift in Being by Leon Wonderful. As I said, that is when I started loving deep coaching and transformation coaching.
Okay. Or any highlights or any quotes from there you want to share with our audience?
Yeah, so always be in the expansion mode. Don't just, stand there and work from your ego self. Always be there to reach your highest self. This
Hmm.
is something I have learned from the book, where we constantly are listening to our ego self, where it constantly gives,
Hmm.
inner
Hmm.
critic and
Hmm.
inner coach, we call it as. So that inner critic is pulling us back towards, the negativity. Okay, you can't do this. You're not worth it. You're absolutely not for this and all that. So don't listen to your ego self always. Be ready with the expansion mode. Try to reach to your highest self whenever there is an opportunity for it.
Okay. Wow, great. Thank you so much for sharing. So, Deepika, if you weren't a coach, what would you be doing?
Maybe teaching. Yeah, I would have continued teaching for sure.
Okay. So, teaching is kind of your passion, we can say.
Yes.
Okay. So fantastic, Deepika. Thank you so much. That was fun and insightful. Now let's turn to some questions from our audience. So we have got a great few good questions lined up. So here I have a question from our one of the audience, and his question is that how can I stay motivated in my career without burning out?
Great. So burning out, as I said, happens when we are taking more on the plate.
Hmm.
So first, understand how much can you fill in your plate.
Okay.
So one of the best exercises that has worked for me and to all my clients is understand what is important, what is urgent. Try
Hmm.
to prioritize and take those up first. And then, you can take up the second could be not important but urgent.
Hmm.
And then you can take up urgent but not important. And the last priority would go to not important, not urgent. So when we start prioritizing things, that is when we don't feel burnout. Now today I have 8 hours time, but if I start filling in tasks which is like taking 10 to 12 hours time, that is when I get burnt out.
Hmm. Yeah.
Time management, yeah.
So in this scenario, like it's like they need to prioritize. They need to learn how to prioritize things. I hope
Prioritize things.
the question is answered now. So
Yes,
priority is the main thing, and you can prioritize what is important thing you feel in a today's day you need to do it, and that you can see. And if you are not able to do it, please connect with Deepika or any coach around you. I would say this so they can help
definitely.
you. And I think this is a time where we should reach out to the people who knows it, who have the experience, and now these we have a lot of coaches around us. It's a humble request that if you are struggling, if you're stuck somewhere, please reach out, please start asking for help. So we have another question, Deepika. It says, how do I communicate my need for work-life balance to my boss without seeming less committed? Because if you ask, it feels like you don't want to work more kind of thing. So how do we reach out to our boss or how do we communicate?
Two things that I would definitely highlight and suggest. One is don't hesitate to tell no and
Hmm.
don't hesitate to seek help.
Hmm.
It is okay. So when you're saying a no, you don't have to upfront on
Hmm.
the face tell a no, I can't do this. You don't have to be blunt. But instead, whatever is your genuine concern, please put
Hmm.
the concern out. Be
Hmm.
it your manager, be it your team members, be it your peers. When you're sharing your concern, when it is completely genuine, they will support you for sure. And then seeking help. You
Hmm.
don't have to kind of have that ego. As I said, don't always listen to your ego self and
Yeah.
put a shell that, okay, I am a senior here. Why should I ask my juniors?
Hmm.
Okay, if I seek help, what will people think?
Hmm.
So this is the mindset again. Many of my clients also had, and when we start, after our sessions, that is when they kind of had that comfort. They started seeking help. It could be a good discussion that you're having. but
Hmm.
it will be so insightful that you will learn so much, and in turn you're also helping your peer to learn a lot of things, because both of you are exchanging thoughts and learning new things.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful tips which you shared, Deepika. Thank you. And finally, what's the first step in rebuilding a relationship that's been strained due to work commitments?
One is active listening and empathy. These two are something which are missing.
Yeah.
Please, when you are listening, whoever it is, your own self also for that matter, please listen to the thoughts, your
Hmm.
emotions. Kindly acknowledge all your thoughts. What is happening within you? What is happening with the people around you?
Hmm.
If they are sad, please ask, why are you sad? Do you need any help? Should we
Hmm.
just sit and talk for 5 minutes?
Hmm.
Simple questions will change the relationship to a greater extent and creates a stronger bond between the two individuals.
Yeah. And sometimes I've seen that again, people don't talk to each other also. They don't, first of all, they don't realize there is a problem until it is a very big problem which is visible, and then they feel, oh, or maybe somebody nudges and say, oh, there is a problem, and you need to resolve it. Then I think people start looking out for help. So thank you so much, I would say, because the tips, the techniques, the mindfulness, whatever you have discussed today, I believe it's very important thing and it's going to really help to our audience. So I would say thank you so much, Deepika. And yeah, it's kind of a very because the career coaching, work life balance is something where people are really struggling, and the way you are helping people by doing career coaching, by using simple techniques, meditation, mindfulness, I believe if people start taking it seriously, these things, it is definitely going to change their life. So, Deepika, thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights with us today. Your advice on balancing career success with personal fulfillment, it's truly, enlightening. And before we wrap up, is there any final thought or advice you would like to leave for our listeners?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of questions for sure with
Hmm.
professionals. Maybe at any stage they are at. It could be at the initial stages or at the management level, anywhere. Please, I would definitely say acknowledge your inner struggles.
Yeah.
Listen to yourself. First of all, start prioritizing yourself above anything else. Spending some time for your own self, doing anything for that matter. Take out like 20 minutes each day. Spend time
Hmm.
apart from all your regular, professional or your personal responsibilities, like wherever you have passion, it could be drawing, swimming, whatever for that matter. Please spend some time, at least like 20 minutes each day, which helps us rewind,
Yeah.
which helps us, get clarity on a lot of things for that matter. And whenever you're struggling, it's okay to seek help.
Yes.
Seeking help, as I said, is not a problem at all. You don't have to worry about anybody else but just yourself. So listen to your inner instincts and don't hesitate to seek help. So mentor or a coach is here to solve your problems, and people. I mean, I genuinely want to help people. I don't want to, make this as a business. Basically, I'm doing this out of my passion.
Wow.
Uh, you know, uh,
Yeah.
so as I said, one smile each day kind of makes me so satisfied, and that inner healing, my inner child, is kind of so happy. So this is what I definitely wish to see, and yeah, just reach out to people. I mean, it might not just be me, anybody for that matter. Create that safe space where you can vent out, have that vent out partner with whom you can share anything and everything. So half your problems will be solved.
Wow. Great. And you have very rightly said, reach out to the safe space. And in today's society, I would say that now you have spaces where you can reach out and vent out. So don't hesitate. Please connect with the coach. And our beautiful Deepika is always there. So if you want to connect with her, you can check the link after this episode. I will put it the link there where you can reach to Deepika. And if you are needing any career counseling, please take that step and see your life changing and blooming. So thank you again, Deepika. And thanks to our audience for tuning in. We hope this conversation has provided you with the tools and inspiration to create a balanced and fulfilling life. So stay tuned for our next episode. And until then, remember to prioritize both your professional goals and your personal well being. Have a great day.